Hey friend, my name is Gamu. Welcome to the reverse guide for resetting the configuration from our security control project that we previously did. In this walkthrough, I'll show you how to undo the changes we made step by step while explaining why each step is important. By researching the environment, you will have a clean slate to practice and master the concept again. Are you ready? Because I am ready. Shall we begin? I believe so. Let's begin. We will start by researching the lab environment in its original state. First, if you created a snapshot of your virtual machine before starting the project, now is the perfect time to restore it. I already did this step. Also, make sure you do the same. Using snapshots ensures you have a quick and reliable way to get back to a clean state without manually undoing every change. Next, we remove any extra tool we added. For my case, I had Wireshark that I uninstalled before as soon as I finished the project. Hence, you can't see it. But also, from your end, remove this ensures that our environment is minimum and ready for a fresh start. Lastly, we'll restore PowerShell to its default security setting. Remember, friend, to run it on administrative privilege. Don't just run it on its own, as some things will not run. This step, that the command that I'm running, is important because it reinforces the system's default restriction, protecting it from running unauthorized script in the future. With this step, our lab environment is back to its baseline. Make sure also of your spelling, check it very well. Now, let's undo the preventative control we configured to stop incidents before they occurred. Firstly, we removed the firewall rule we created to block a certain type of traffic. Do you remember that outbound traffic from HTTP in port 80? Does it ring a bell? I think it does. By doing this, we restore normal network functionality, ensuring that no restriction interferes with regular tasks. Like your spelling is this part is very crucial. Next, we reset the password policy we enforced earlier. These steps allows the system to revert to its default settings, which are less strict, while strong password policies are crucial in real-world environment. We will reset them here to create a flexible lab environment for future practices. Reason why I had to reset my password policies because this lab I use it for practical projects. Sometimes I use it for hacking. So I don't want it to have so much policies going on. But this is very important. Even have it on your own work machine or your host machine. But first thing first, our advice is to do it on a virtual machine to see how it goes. While you're working with the virtual machine, you're getting familiar with the policies. After that, finally, we'll re-enable any services which were disabled. There were some services that I disabled and some that were enabled. Make sure that you disable the one that were enabled. Disabling ensures services unused, sorry, disabling unused services helped reduce the attack surfaces, but re-enabling them restored the system to its default state, ensuring all functionality is available for testing. And then remember to run to update the policy that you had just did, so you will use the command above. Now we'll be on the detective control. We're set up to identify and log potential security events. Let's reverse those configuration now. First, we'll disable the auditing logging policy we enabled earlier. Audit logs were crucial for tracking activities like failed logs or unauthorized access attempts. Disabling these policies clear up unnecessary log entries and prevent the system from using additional resources for logging. Next, we remove the file system auditing we applied to specific folders. By removing the steps, we stop the system from tracking access to those folders, restoring it to a neutral state as we found it. Lastly, we set up a real-time monitoring. We'll stop any activity, processes, or script which we had created. I had created a script which I was running. Real time monitoring is great for detecting immediate threats, but for a clean environment, we pause these activities to reduce system overhead and prepare for a fresh start. I didn't delete my logs because those logs, I'm still going to be using them for my Wireshark project. Hence, I didn't delete them. But if you don't have anything going, you can delete them. Directive control were implemented to guide user behavior. Let's undo those now. First, we remove the security warning message we configured to display at a login. I didn't do it, but you can do it as well because I'm still gonna be using it. But kindly, if you're not gonna be using it for the future, do disable. These warnings are useful in reminding users of organizational policies, but removing them restores the system to its default state, making it more neutral for repeated practice. Next, we remove the script we use to enforce any acceptable use policy. This script served as a useful reminder for users, but in this reset process, we cleared it out to prepare for the future experiments. On the corrective control, on the removing corrective controls were designed to help respond to security incidents. Now we reverse those configuration. First, we'll delete the backup and recover script we created. Automating backup was a great way to protect sensitive data, but removing the script clears the environment for a fresh start. Next, if any process were stopped earlier during a response to a simulated incident, we'll restart those processes or reboot the system. This ensures everything is functioning as it was before. Finally, we remove any system restore point we created. While restore points are invaluable for recovering from malware or system failure, deleting them clears up space and reset the system for new configuration. We had also to we there's a step we need to verify resets. With all the configuration undone, it's time to verify that the reset is complete. First, test the system to ensure it behaves as it did before the project. Remember the snapshots? Those will be so helpful if you did take any, or if you're to plan to do the project. Remember to have your snapshot of the pre and then the after. For example, try accessing sites or folders that were previously restricted, or check the system logs to ensure no excessive logging is still enabled. Next, restart your virtual machine. Restart your virtual machine. A reboot ensures that all changes take effect and the system is fully reset. Finally, if you plan to repeat the project, create a new snapshot of a clean environment. And as I said, these snapshots give you a baseline to return to any time you want to start over. In conclusion, that's it. By following the steps, we successfully undone all configuration and restore the system to its original state. This process ensures your lab is clean and ready for repeated practice, helping you to build confidence in setting up and managing security control. Thank you for following along. Remember to follow, like, and suggest what do you think and how can I improve to deliver great content to you? Because this is us learning together. Happy learning as your girl, Gamu. Bye. Thank you.